allegedly, according to various traditions. We went to Glastonbury, for example, not too many years ago. And according to the pre-literate traditions, before Christian missionaries even went to Glastonbury, was that Jesus' family would go up, not kids and all that, but Jesus in those missing years when he was between 12 and about 30, he was traveling the world. And so he was with the Druids, for example, in Glastonbury. He learned from the Druid priests. And the Druid priests weren't they say I'm a cannibal and all these crazy things. They really do, and they make up stories. Mary Magdalene was a whore, and there's all sorts of things people will say about people who are non-traditional. And so the Druid priests, for example, love to be peacemakers amongst those really pretty primitive Celtic tribes. And they were pretty bloodthirsty, but one of the roles of the priest would say, hey, come on, let's just drink some mead and hang out under the oak tree and, find some quasi-signorina or something. Make a little peace, make a little love. And so Jesus learned so many things that were beyond sort of the primitive, tribalistic, bloodthirsty Old Testament Judaism. And when he brought these various ideas back from the Zoroastrians and from the Buddhists, from having been with them and seen that there was a world beyond just little villages in the Holy Land, then that was his real message, was, hey, let's do away with all this bloodthirstiness and an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth and, stoning people because they're gay and stuff like that. And the folks, the traditionalists, didn't like it. And sadly, to this day, there are elements even right here in Huntsville, Texas, that are really, I have a website called Christian Taliban. You go to it. And it's really sort of sad in a way to me, because my deal is world peace, and it's world peace between all religions. And so in the church that I started in the year 2000, we have atheists. We had Wiccans fly in from Arizona, not on broomsticks, but Continental Airline, to become Athenian priestesses. We have the Zoroastrians, Buddhists, Muslims, lots of Jews, believe it or not, and lots of Roman Catholics. And you'd be surprised who in this town has been anointed as priestesses and deacons and bishops and all kind of stuff. Oh, there's a priestess right back there. So anyway, but we don't.
Deacons.
So you're a deacon, right? There's gangs of them. We're several of them in here today, including district judges and stuff like that, believe it or not. Because see, my church only has one rule, and the rule is called the Ephesian rule. Now, who knows what the golden rule is? As what? Well, see, I know some kinky people. I won't mention any names, but they might like to be slapped around a little bit. And so, using the golden rule, they would walk up and do to you what they would like to have done to them. So it doesn't always apply. So the Ephesian rule is a little bit different. It's do unto others as others would hope that you would do unto them. So, if you want me to get kinky and I'm in the mood, I might pop you one. But I'm not just going to walk up and do it in the event that I like it done to me. See, you get the picture? And then you apply it to what religious people call God's holy creation. So you do it to, you're kind to the air, you're kind to the water, you're kind to the earth, you're kind to the trees, and you're kind to other animals. Now, as an anthropologist, anthropologically speaking, our species evolved as omnivores. That means we gobble up stuff before it gobbles us up. But since we know that our species does eat other living creatures, then the Ephesian rule says that they should have as happy a life as possible, that their death, their transfer from grazing peacefully along into our bellies should be instantaneous and as painless as possible. So, we don't like factory farms or caged up chickens or piggies, having to muck around their own feces. So that's as simple. And so since this church only has one rule, think about it. if Muslims, atheists, Wiccans, Jews, everybody's had that to be the umbrella rule, guess what? You'd have world peace. Then they can believe anything they want. You know, worship any God, do it. Just don't kill me or don't kill you because you're different. But unfortunately, guess what? I'll be just like Jesus, and I dead as a doorknob, and people are still going to be mean to one another. So I didn't mean to start. I did my political speech, then I do my religious speech. You want a little comedy?
Yeah, one more reading that might be comedy.
You want